Thank you, Anli. So sports fans, the United Rugby Championship is set to fan the flames of North-South rivalry. South Africa's best will pit themselves against Ireland, Wales, Scotland and Italy's finest. The Bulls are in Dublin to take on Irish powerhouse Leinster in their tournament opener. The Pretoria franchise will have high hopes after dominating domestic matters. Sports journalist Michael Vlismas joins me via Skype to look ahead of the match. A very good evening, Michael. Thanks for taking the time to chat to me. Can the Bulls become the second South African franchise in the URC to earn an opening round victory after the Lions' 38-26 win over Zebri yesterday?
They're certainly hoping so, Arthur, and they've got the perfect environment to try and do so. The conditions are absolutely fantastic this entire week in Dublin. The weather's been great. The preparation has been very good for the Vodacom Bulls, and the Aviva Stadium looking magnificent as they prepare to host what Jake White has referred to as the Barcelona of rugby. The powerhouse Leinster team, as you said, dominating European rugby for many a year now, and certainly, as he also called them, the Crusaders of rugby at the moment. So the Vodacom Bulls definitely, this is a tough opening encounter for them, but as Coach Jake White also said, the perfect start for them in this Vodacom United Rugby Championship, that they can actually see and measure immediately where they are for the rest of this championship.
I love that, Michael. Jake White just walked past you, behind you. I mean, let's stay with the Jake White story. The Bulls under Jake White have been unstoppable, but they flex their muscles against 8-time tournament winners and European champions Leinster. How does this dictate the narrative of the match tonight?
Well, it's a wonderful opener for the Vodacom Bulls. You know, you've got the team that is the pace setter of South African rugby, certainly for the past 2 years, Currie Cup champions, and certainly the team that has been setting the lead and the benchmark in South Africa. And you've got them opening their campaign against a Leinster team that is loaded with test players. And the Vodacom Bulls know that. Jake White telling the team the entire week, you're playing against a side that is loaded with test players in virtually every position. And go out there and do the situation credit. That's what he's told the players. Do the moment justice and just do your best. So there's a lot of excitement about the Vodacom Bulls coming up here and starting this campaign. And Jake White certainly very excited about seeing some of his young players and where they stand against easily the giants of European rugby.
Michael, you mentioned excitement. Does the return of Springbok Rugby World Cup winner Bismarck du Plessis boost the Bulls' chances today?
It certainly does. That's the kind of experience that Jake White wanted in this situation. And to have du Plessis, you know, in that front row, he's played up north, but he's also obviously a man of vast experience in these moments and these big occasions. They learned an incredible amount from that Benetton Rainbow Cup final, and they've taken what happened there to heart. And they certainly, you know, that's going to be the acid test for this Vodacom Bulls team, is rising to the occasion in these big moments. They're facing a Leinster side that has done this over and over again in big occasions, and certainly having Bismarck du Plessis here will make a big difference. He's already made a difference in the squad this week. You know, he was telling me he was sitting on his tractor on his farm when Jake White phoned him and said, "I want you to come back to rugby and I want you to join us." And he's relished it. He's enjoyed it, and he said, "I want to be to these young Bulls players what certain players were to me when I started my career." So he's looking forward to leading and showing them that mentorship role.
Love that. We've seen the touring Lions and Stormers side seemingly struggle in the second half of their matches this weekend. Do you fear that might happen to the Bulls also?
I actually was, you know, I've been to all their training sessions. It's been high intensity training sessions right from the start. They haven't looked fatigued at all. They've had a lot of time, a lot more time here than they did when they were in Italy for that Rainbow Cup final. That final was quite quick upon them. They didn't have a lot of time to prepare. So they've settled in very nicely. The training sessions have been very high intensity. And the stats man and the fitness guys will tell you that they've been hitting all the numbers they need to hit coming into this match. So it really now is a question of can they rise to this occasion and can they produce what certainly Jake White believes this is a team building towards being capable of.
Michael, you speak about rising to the occasion. Just one more question before I let you go. Captain Marcel Coetzee has been the standout player for this team, leading from the front and being the best South African side since the resumption of sports. Can this factor into the results tonight, Michael?
He's going to be vital. He's played here. He's played, he knows Irish rugby. He's played against Leinster. He knows the players. He knows the conditions. He knows this environment. Jake White and the management staff of the Vodacom Bulls have leaned heavily on him. Arthur Bwakanawa as well, who's also played up north here in Ireland, leading into this opener for them, and just tapping them for that experience, that knowledge. So he certainly will be very keen to lay down a marker personally and as captain of this Vodacom Bulls team. And I think it really is a mouth-watering opener. They're expecting about 30,000 people in the stands here, which is the most a lot of these players have played in front for about the last 2 years. So you couldn't ask for a bigger occasion and a more perfect start to this Vodacom United Rugby Championship.
Michael, thank you very much for your time. Pitch side there in Dublin, Ireland, ahead of the Bulls versus Leinster. And I tell you what, it's going to be a cracking of a match there in their first URC. Go blow Buildup.